My camera don't work.
Okay, who's saying that?
Ja'Cory Goodman.
Okay, Ja'Cory, that's fine. I'll make a note of it. Has it ever worked, baby?
No.
All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing my camera for just a minute.
Are you okay, Miss Hextor, about that situation?
Yeah, I will be, because that person probably will not be able to enter class for very long. They're gonna definitely be dealt with. So I have a recording of it, and we can trace back who was actually on the call that was creating the inappropriate behavior. Okay.
That wasn't his real name. That wasn't his real name. He picked cuss words as his name.
I know he didn't put his real name up there. The text all will get to the bottom of it. Go ahead and put your pictures up. I need to see everyone's camera on, please. Everyone should have their camera on.
My bell doesn't work.
Kayla, can you please turn your camera on, darling? Treasure, can you turn your camera on for me, sweetheart? Thank you, darling. All right, whoever this Poppy okay. There you go. All right, Poppy TX, I need you to write your correct name. You have to stay muted, please. Okay, if you're having trouble doing that, darling, can you put something in the chat box? I have Poppy TX. If you're having trouble showing your face, please go ahead and type something in the chat box that tells me your camera's not working, okay? So Corey, I know about you. You're fine without your camera on for right now. Miss Daniel, can you please keep your camera on for me, darling? You're gonna have to mute though, but keep your camera on. Can you turn your camera on and keep your mic muted for me? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started, guys. Thank you for joining us. Most of y'all were on time, and some of y'all were in the waiting room for a little bit. Good morning or good afternoon. I'm gonna go ahead and let the rest of the students in who may be running just a little bit late. Welcome, Johnny. Good to see you. Hey, Debbie. Good to see all of y'all in class today. Thank you for coming. I hope that you all had a good weekend and got plenty of rest so you could be on your game today. I hope that y'all all enjoyed the SEL lesson you had on Friday, and it was a good time to kind of hang out with your classmates.
Shut your bitch ass up, girl. Shut your whole ass up, your ugly ass. Shut your big face ass up, boy.
Hey, y'all, I just had to remove that person from class. Just had to remove that person from class. So I apologize again. I don't know why they insist on coming on during instruction to be disruptive, but we're definitely going to have, and see what happens is, guys, just let me stop for just a moment. When you do things like that, it's not like being in school where you're face to face. You are actually being recorded. Okay, so when there's a recording, there is proof that your behavior was not acceptable, and it will, our response to that kind of behavior is going to be swift, right? Because we can't teach in a virtual environment when we have those kinds of disruptions. And it's bad because it affects everyone.
It's not funny, it's sad.
Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. If you guys will think about what we did last week, we talked a lot about COVID-19. We talked about how it's transmitted, how we should be protecting ourselves. What are some of the things that we said we could do to protect ourselves from COVID-19? Put it in the chat box for me. What kinds of things that we said we could do to prevent or reduce the spread of COVID-19? Chat, give me an answer in your chat box, please. All of our mics should be muted, Poppy.
My lips. Bro.
I need everybody to mute their mic. I need everyone to mute their mic.
Jacory do too much, bro. Like, why you had to say that, bro?
Mute their mic, please. Now let me be clear. I'm going to say it one more time as a warning. Please make sure that whatever you're doing online is appropriate. Your language,
Jenny don't mind.
okay, hold on just a moment, guys. I'm going to make a call really quickly to have someone that's join us.
Oh, she finna make a call. Oh no, but it's not even that serious, bro. Come on now. We just trying to have a little fun. But meanwhile, what did they?
Hey, Treasure. As you call. I'm a Barbie girl, and a Barbie world. Imagination.
Bro.
That's a problem, y'all. We won't have any more problems. The text I'll just close, lock our meeting. So we won't have any more problems with that person coming on. Okay? Hopefully we'll find out who they are.
Oh my God, bro.
Alright, here we go. Alright, so that should be the end of that.
Oh, did she just dig her
Alright,
nose?
so we're gonna go ahead and get started with today's lesson. If you guys would, what I want you to do is to go into Nearpod. Okay? I'm gonna share my screen in case you guys have forgotten how to do that. And we're going to get started with today's lesson. All right, so here we go. We are going to My Backpack. You do the same. Go ahead and log into My Backpack. And once you are there, you're going to look for the Nearpod icon. I'm just going to type it in here because I have so many options. So it should look like this. This is the icon you're looking for. This is Nearpod. Okay? All right, so, and once we get in, I'm going to go to the lesson that we're going to do today, and I am going to list on the screen the actual code that you need to put in so you can join our lesson for today. So this is the code that you need to put in, a capital T, L, N, D, W. T, L, N, D, W. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go into the lesson. Remember, guys, that the lesson code is always down over here to the left in the upper left-hand corner. Can someone also type code into the chat box for me in case we have anyone to come in just a little bit late? Okay, so go ahead and put that code into the chat box. Hello, Lamar. Welcome. Make sure your mic is muted. We're getting ready to start. You need to log into my Nearpod. You need to log into Nearpod and use this code up in my left-hand corner to enter the class. Did you have a question? If you don't have a question, please mute your mic, please. All right, so all of us should be here now. All of us should be on inside of our lesson for today, which is called Germ and Stain. So today we're going to be talking about the two types of germs that exist. So how did we get COVID-19, right? Where did it come from?
Germs, obviously.
Germs, absolutely. So we're going to learn more about that, because it's not enough to know that, yes, we should wear masks, we should social distance, we should wash our hands, we should do all those things. But if we don't understand where germs came from that created the disease, sometimes it's difficult to understand how it got here. So we want to be able to learn a little bit more. Please mute your mic. Please mute your mic.
I have a question.
Okay, you have a question? Go ahead, darling.
I know where it's from.
Okay, good. Wonderful.
No, it came from you.
Okay, it came from me. Now, Ms. Hextall didn't have the coronavirus. Ms. Hextall's never had the coronavirus. It came from Wuhan, China initially, and it was spread through human contact. Let's mute our mics, please. Everyone should mute their mics. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get
Bro,
started
so
with
I'm in
today's
class
lesson.
right now, bro.
I just want to make sure that you
Bro,
understood what we were going to be talking about.
Y'all need to
why
join my
it is
Discord
so
for real.
important. All right, so let's move on.
It's football Discord.
So our essential question for today is, what are germs and how do they make us sick? How can we prevent them from spreading?
What is it called?
How can we, what are germs? How do they make us sick? And how can we prevent them from spreading? Anybody think they can answer that question right now?
Excuse me.
The way you could prevent us from putting on gloves.
Okay, the Google code, this is the code for
Man, I answered the question.
See that
I answered the question though.
Can you say it slower?
Huh? Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the code up here in the left-hand corner, baby. Welcome.
We can prevent from getting sick by staying 6 feet back and wearing gloves and face masks.
Yes, we sure can. We can do all of that. And germs make us sick because they do specific things in the body that end up presenting us with things like sneezing and coughing and just feeling crummy and having a temperature. We're going to learn more about germs today. Okay? All right, so these are our objectives. So hopefully, can you please mute your mic? Somebody has their mic on. Please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. I'm going to stop sharing for just a minute. Somebody is not muting their mic. You have to keep your mic muted, Lamar. Mute your mic, please. Please keep your mic muted, Lamar. I've just muted it twice. Julius, can you? I'll mute your mic as well, darling. Your mic was unmuted. Double check and make sure on your screen. Lamar, please keep your mic muted, dear. Okay? Please keep your mic muted, darling, or I'm gonna have to dismiss you from class. Keep it muted. I need all cameras on. I see a lot of people in class without their cameras on. Please turn your cameras on. Please turn your cameras on. I had to dismiss a student from class because they would refuse to have their mic muted. Please turn your cameras on. Day, Shakayla, Tyler, Debbie, can you please type your actual name in, your first and last name in the chat box, please? Debbie, can you do that for me, please? All right, so I'm going to go back to our lesson. Guys, when I have to stop class to remind you about cameras and about being muted, it disrupts the instructional process, and it's very difficult to keep and for you to learn when you're not following those simple instructions that we know are part of our norms for class. So please make sure your mic is muted and your